The
That
picture.
dog is eating
Yeah,
a
it's a
lot
dog.
of
Spaghetti.
The dog's eating spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
It's a lot of spaghetti, man.
All right, Cap,
Spaghetti.
go ahead and start us off, my dude.
It's eating spaghetti.
Cap.
What?
Start us
Hello. Welcome to a podcast. I think we're calling it GrockRockRadio still. Yeah. I'm Capitiano. People in this call are. I don't know. Introduce yourselves.
I'll start. My name is Applesauce. Below me is Grok.
Gork. Hello.
Below him is Snow.
Hi, I'm Snow, and our guest today is let's him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Swish. I'm the team captain of Team Kamaga in the sub circuit, and I've been in the sub circuit for almost a year now.
You have a lot of history with this circuit.
Yeah, I've been here for a while.
Same. I believe we joined around the same time during the Diamond and Below tournament.
Yeah, that was the first tournament I played in.
Same.
I thought it was gonna be an easy win, but little did we know that Eloc was gonna leave us and not tell us where he went and never come back. And then we got cooked by mods because we couldn't use our sub.
Feels bad. It's a better system now. But we're gonna go ahead and do our first topic. Hello everyone, my name is Applesauce. Again,
We already went over this, dude.
yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Moon and when we all found out about Moon. So if there's anyone who wants to volunteer to start with that.
I guess we're just jumping right into it. Wait, okay, I have things written down. So my name is Capitiano. I believe I first heard of Moon when I was watching some big tournament. I think I want to say it was AGQ, but who knows? And no, it probably wasn't. But I was watching some big tournament anyway, or big stream. Saw the purple lady face. Saw it enough times to where I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out where this is. And then I looked for it, found it, and then I'm like, okay. Oh, he's a sub tournament or a sub Discord, not even the tournament. I didn't even know about that. I joined this. I'm like, okay, I got a sub to Moon OW for this Discord so I can have more people to play Overwatch with. And then I give him money, and now I am in this Discord. I don't remember how I found this place though.
Easy. I remember it was around the time that I had just first installed Discord, and it was about the time that I was looking at streamers and Twitch and whatnot, just because it was so popular at the time. I never had any intentions of streaming. I certainly wasn't involved in any production of any sort regarding streaming, but I remember seeing the first clip that I saw was 1 like equals 1 cry, that YouTube video, and I went from there and I checked him out, and I thought that one video was really funny, so I found him on stream, and I thought his stream was actually rather entertaining. I caught him on probably one of his better days. It must have been maybe 10-12 months ago. It was a long time ago. And about 2 days after I saw his first stream, and I was watching another one, I subbed to him, and the rest is history. And then I got to be a part of the sub circuit and found out that they were having a tournament. And I never bothered doing any sort of communication with the tournament itself, or I'm sorry, the Moon Court itself. I never really got into it, but I did like the idea of being a part of a tournament, and I joined, and then stuff happened later on in the future. Grok, do you want to be next?
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess my history with Moon is kind of weird. I watched a couple of his highlight videos, like, really long ago. And then a couple months after that, Echo, so since we met on Overwatch before in comp, he asked if I wanted to try to play with him a bit. And then he asked if I had like Prime and stuff, Amazon Prime, and if I could just sub the Moon to join a sub Discord and play with other people. So I did, and now I'm here, I guess.
Snow.
My story is not any more interesting. It was like right when Moon got his like sub button, and there was this Overwatch streamer that I used to watch and like play with, way back when the game first came out, like all the quick play days, and someone just kept using like Moon Too Smug, and I'm like, all right, Widowmaker emote, I gotta have it. So subbed to him with Prime, and just never watched his stream. And then that's honest. I didn't watch his stream for like the first 3 months. I just wanted
the emotes. You
yeah,
subbed
and
for
then
the
he got
emote.
then I unsubbed like for a bit, like give my Prime sub to someone else, and then I saw that he had like 50 like emotes, and I'm like, all right, I gotta come back. So it was like I took like a month or 2 break from Moon sub, and then I came back to 50 emotes and started watching the stream, joined the Discord, and then like a week later I got a ping in the Moon Cord. It was Dongle saying, hey, we need someone with any casting experience to come join. And I'm like, I have a little bit of casting experience, and I joined the sub circuit.
All right, Swish my stat.
All right, so I mean, to be honest, watching Movement. Okay, so he was like, I was really into just playing Overwatch. I watch streamers who play the game that I'm currently playing the most. So I used to watch fucking Counter-Strike streams like all the fucking time before I started playing Overwatch. And so there was a lot of really shitty streamers, like horrible ones. It's like it was fucking awful. Like I hated watching a lot of these Overwatch streams because they're so poor quality. And I think Moon was the first one to actually be like a decent streamer, and it was kind of fun that he actually interacted with his chat. And it was like a fun thing to like say things and he'd like repeat them, and it like just sparks like a little connection in a viewer. But I mean, aside from that, I loved media share when he'd do the constant media share like every day, and you could hear all the fucking Mimi songs. Because I don't know, I just like Mimi songs. It's just what I'm into, and like gachigasm and shit. So Amazon Prime came out, and I gave him my Prime sub because I didn't watch anybody else, and I saw no reason not to. And
am I the only one who didn't Prime sub?
Whoa.
My initial sub wasn't a Prime.
This was
sub.
like, I think Moon got big right around the time where Prime sub started like
he did.
coming out. And
But
like
the
I don't
thing
think
was-
anyone who was watching Twitch was already like subbed to people, so it's kind of like, oh, I'll find someone else to Prime with.
I'm the only organic sub. Let it be known.
I'm organic now. I mean, he's not my Prime sub, but
To be honest though, like, I don't fucking give a shit about emotes or anything. Like, the only like, he stopped doing the fucking media share, which is I don't really watch him anymore because of it, because it's not funny like to watch him now to me. It's like he was like an entertaining stream because he was always interacting with his chat, and like it was like really lighthearted. But I don't know, it's lost a lot of the feeling to me. But the sub circuit keeps me subbed just because I met a lot of cool people and I can play in the tournaments and they're fun.
Yeah, man, he sold that when he got big. He stopped interacting with his chat and being all cool.
Sold out.
oh,
dude.
Well, no,
rest,
dude,
in,
but
rest in peace, Tech the speech. You know,
like, why the fuck would I want to watch Moon play fucking McCree for a couple hours when he's like, he's not very good at it? It's if he's not gonna interact with the chat, then why the fuck am I watching?
That's a good point, at least.
Good savagery.
dude, send it to him.
I don't
Send
know.
this clip.
Send this clip. No,
I'm not taking it out.
I mean, at least when he plays like Diva or fucking like at least Winston, like people say Winston's like boring and shit, but he has more chance to interact with his chat and he's just more enjoyable to watch.
Missed the OG when he was playing Reinhardt.
Yeah, honestly, that was better. Like, I can't play Reinhardt for shit. I wasn't trying to learn anything from him. It was just so much more fun because he can actually interact with chat, and he actually knew what he was doing too, you know?
Yeah,
I remember he used to have like side commentary during the game and be like, oh, he's gonna try to do this, and he can like pull off big plays and shit. When he plays fucking McCree, and especially in the meta, he just gets dove or like, pushed out with Diva, and it's just the most boring thing to watch. If I wanted to watch a top tier McCree, I'd go watch fucking Calvin.
all right.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Got a lot of anger in there. I feel it in your heart. You want him
I mean,
to be the
it's-
I
brightest.
miss the old Moon.
I miss the old movement.
I mean, I'm prime sub to pretty
500
much.
Ryan Moon.
I'm prime sub to a guy I don't even watch. Like, I just enjoy the community behind it, and I think that's fucking smart as shit of him to do though. Like, make a community.
That was his whole
It
goal.
kind
wasn't
of
it?
locks people. Yeah, it kind of locks people
Yeah.
in, even if like, you don't want to like be subbed anymore.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next part of the topic, which is we're going to talk about how we all got into the sub rumble and one of our first experiences like it. So we can talk about our first tournaments or what we've done within the sub circuit a little bit. I guess I'll start and we'll just go down the line. Next will be Cap, Rock, Snow, and then our wonderful guest. We give him plenty of time to think about his decision so he sounds smarter than all of us. That's my plan anyway. I don't know if it'll work. Moon just released a new highlight! 53 Pika Girl. Let's go, PogChamps. Anyway, I'm a deputy...
That's old news.
Fuck
Old
you,
news.
alright? I'm a deputy admin, which means that I am just under Pharaoh herself. And what I've done for the community, for the Moon sub-circuit Discord, I used to be... I'm coming back slowly, but at the time that I was really acting as a mod, I created a lot of things regarding team captains, and that was my job. Is that my role was strictly to help people looking for a team, to figure out ways to get people to look for a team, to make a team, and create a captain's guide for new team captains, get them through the rules. It'll make not necessarily strict rules, but rules that are easy enough to understand and follow. I spent a lot of time in the captain's lounge trying to get everybody, a little bit more motivated to stay active within the chat itself. And you'll see that a lot of the people who are, active in general and in the respective lounges that they go into, that those players are those people are typically like, your stream teamers, your captains, the gurus and other moderators and whatnot that stay pretty active in the chat and are, typically really good players. I like those people. I like it whenever I see the chat, pretty busy and alive and active. It was kind of dead for a little while, but we managed to bring it back with different ideas and topics, different tournaments. And we'll go into a little group discussion about said tournaments in a bit. But that's what I've done, is basically doing a lot of team stuff, working with teams and trying to get more people into it. And one of the biggest things that I won't say that all credit goes to me, but Wraith actually mentioned what we currently use for our brackets, which is Battlefy. And at first, Farah and the rest of the team were a little apprehensive about it, but I mentioned, like, they have a draft system, they have this system, they have that system, they have a followable bracket that we can follow easier than what we've used for the other tournaments. I like it a lot more because everything can be centralized right here. Everybody can already just get an account one time, and they don't have to, like, remake shit. We can handle everything, pretty much. All they have to do is show up and give their teams links if they're a captain. It would be, like, a little bit easier for all of us. How wrong we were!
Yeah, that fucking Battlefy's a piece of fucking shit.
Battlefy has a lot of mistakes in terms of how it's coded and designed. A lot of people can never really check in. Sometimes whenever we move forward in the bracket, there's a mistake along the way, or maybe the brackets aren't set up properly because we have an even or an odd number, etc. But yeah, even though it has its flaws, I feel like it's helped build a lot more player interaction, or not player interaction, but we've had a larger increase of players coming in, and I think the draft system, and we did several tournaments with that draft system. I feel like we were able to bring in more competition and more players and advertise more and have more games going on. It felt like, even though it was hectic, we had a lot of good mods that worked through it all. We created the Questions for Mod channel to help remedy some of the issues that came with Battlefy, but I think that because of Battlefy and its open draft system, we have a lot more people who come into the chat and are looking to play. Pugs got immensely bigger after we introduced the Battlefy system, instead of like the same 12, 14 players every time. Even at one point we had like almost 40 people. But anyway, Cappuccino.
I thought we created questions for mods because I was complaining.
Everyone was complaining. We created it. I created it because I wanted us to be very transparent with people, so they didn't have to ask questions or ping us or PM us. Because at that time, I'd be getting so many DMs because everybody was like, "Go ask Applesauce. Go ask him. Go ask him." And at one point, I came home and I had 15 direct messages from people looking for a team, looking to be a captain, or some other bullshit, some menial stuff. So I created that channel so that people would stop fucking DMing me.
Did you find him a team?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Said team went on to become Never Lucky, so.
Oh, that's good. Oh, wow.
There's no way that's completely
No
true.
way.
I read the interview with Trade, and I'm gonna have to say that maybe you made 4/6 of the team.
I sent people Trade's way from the Looking for Teams channel. Because a lot of people just don't know what to do.
People are dumb.
Most of them he just threw out anyway, though. Had them like in one game, maybe two. Pasta was originally on that team, but he left.
Yeah, maybe 3/6 of the team, actually.
I founded their
Maybe not
camp.
even.
At least half. At least half.
Maybe.
I got them started, all right. I don't think anybody there. I think the only one who's actually left on there is probably Trade. For a while, ASMR was one of the first ones, as was Pasta, and
What's his name? Murder. How long was he on there? What was his name before? Meme?
yeah, meme something.
Yeah, he was on there since for a while.
He was there after I had given Trade power, I believe. He wasn't there when I was there.
Oh, alright.
That was a little bit later.
I gotcha.
Cappuccino.
Think about it. Sub Rumble. Hello.
Yeah, that's the topic.
Something like that. Well, I was in Mooncord for a while. I feel, am I like the only one that was actually in Mooncord for a little bit?
No,
before?
fuck Moon.
Yo, I was in Mooncourt for a long time.
Yeah. I mean,
Fuck Mooncord.
so I felt like back when I was in it, it wasn't that bad. Or maybe I was just in denial, but I enjoyed it for a good while, at least a couple months, because when I joined the Mooncord initially, I was like, it was back when, season 2, beginning of season 3, where I was in Diamond. So a sub tournament was kind of intimidating to me, because I'm like, I can't compete in that. I'm Diamond, Plat, something like that. So I'll just stick with these normies for a little bit. But I was climbing, and eventually I get too high from my friends, so I can't play with them anymore. And I need some more competition, so also, and then I joined the sub tournament Discord, and I kind of got that because for lots of reasons. There's lots of people in there to hang out with, play with, and pugs were a nice thing while but they're dead now, so
Pugs, please.
pugs, please. I mean, I'm all for pugs, but it involves 12 people, so.
And
I'm
it
not
usually ends instantly.
As for what I mean, in the sub tournament, I don't remember being active from the first time I joined, or maybe I was. I don't. Oh God, so I should just go back and look, but I'm not going to. That takes so much work. But I kind of just like dove headfirst into this place.
All right.
Joined a little team called Team Who.
Oh yeah.
You remember that thing? 3rd time champs. That was really weird. I think I posted in the looking for teams, and then immediately got like, hey, we need a sub or something. And I'm like, okay, sure. And then we get 3rd place. I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. And then just kept going. And now I'm mostly stream team, sitting behind the camera. But who knows?
GrockRock.
Gork,
Oh fuck.
what's up with this sub tournament? What are you doing it?
Well, I mean, nothing really. I just kind of post stuff in off topic and say lol in general chat sometimes. I play on a team. That's pretty cool. How about that?
Nice dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
How was it
your
like your
first
first time in this Discord?
Yeah, who was your first team?
What's my first team? I guess technically Kamega, my
Haha.
first official team, and then I ditched them. I played with Thick Daddy Squad for like 1 scrim, and it wasn't fun. I mean, I didn't say that. What else? Oh, well, when I first got here, I guess there were a lot of people, at least compared to like my other Discords with like 10 people, so it was pretty scary. And then I just kind of somehow wriggled my way in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
weird.
mean, you used to play Pugs all the time, and then everyone knew you as the Ana who didn't die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pugs. Pugs
And
is
then-
how I met most of you guys.
And then Hux asked you to join Thick Daddy Squad, right? Or
Yeah.
to try
I
out.
believe I
and
was
then,
also a tryout.
and when you were doing your tryouts, after we played against you, you're like, I fucking hate playing with our current support. I'm gonna ask Rock. And I mean, you said yes.
Kinda.
I mean, we got 3rd, but I mean, honestly, I don't know how far we would go if we stayed together, because it is what it is.
Snow.
How I got into the subs Discord or whatever, like, yeah, basically I already said that. It was in the Mooncord. I like Cap, thought it was pretty fine at the time. I mean, I just hung out in Moon2 Fitness because those people were like super chill at the time, and like every other kind of group felt kind of exclusive almost with them. But I got a ping, asked me to cast some games, and my first game I got placed with someone on my team, with someone who's not in this Discord anymore for various reasons. He is a meme, and he will not be named for now. But I remember first game I cast, I just kept getting just pings from people like in the Discord, and it was just basically I'm so sorry, and I'm like, I had no idea what was going on. And then we started casting, and then I realized what had gone wrong, and and after casting a couple times, someone asked me if I wanted to help out with the modding half of it, and I was not really into that. I heard a lot of people complaining about being mods, and then later on, I finally broke down and accepted it. So now I'm a mod.
So what you telling me Far broke you?
No, it wasn't even Far. It was
Not
Echo.
Far. Echo.
Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Echo brought him in.
Oh. That memer?
Alright. My experience and how I got into sub circuit. Okay, so I subbed to Moon with my Prime sub because I thought he was a cool dude. He's a pretty cool dude, and I got the invite to the Discord because he was like really pushing his Discord at the time, and I was like, hey, what the hell is this all about? Go into Gen Chat and see some fucking guys jacking off some girls in the conversation, and it's just like them there just sucking their dicks. It was like the lamest shit, but they did an announcement for a tournament, and I was like, oh fuck, that sounds like fun. And there was a diamond and below one. I was like diamond 3300 or something, and I was climbing really fast. So I asked to join a team, and then fucking Dying Pie messaged me. All right. So we formed a team. I made some really close friends with some people on that team. I mean, like, fuck, we all know Pie, but I mean, like, Elock and stuff. He's pretty much been on my team, all of my teams ever since, except for the current one, because he's been out of town. And I made friends with, like, Elock's IRL friends that we'd play with, and we made, like, a really, really, like, fun group of people to play with. But we had some unfortunate shit happen during the tournament, we couldn't win. But other than that, I've just being able to play pugs in the sub circuit and just meeting all the people has always been, like, kind of fun. And I will say, the sub circuit compared to the main Discord is just, they're polar opposites. The main Discord is just, I can't stand it. It's horrible. It really is. Like, it's just not my type of thing. Whereas the sub circuit, there's a lot more, I don't know, maybe it's just having something in common helps, other than just liking a streamer. It's like, we all like to play Overwatch or something like that.
Yeah, I think
we
it's that.
We all have like a competitive mindset. I feel is that a lot of people really do want to get better. Like had I not joined this sub circuit, had I not like wanted to keep getting better or improve, I never would have bothered to like change my setup or want to get like better hardware or equipment or you know, watch videos and try and learn from them and like analyzing tournaments and whatnot. I never would have done that had I not joined this sub circuit and like attempted to better myself in the video game that I like to play.
Yeah, for me, my trip into competitive Overwatch was not from this Discord. It was from my college's TESPA team. So we were, the collegiate thing, and then we were doing tryouts. I didn't make that initial team, so but I was like trying. I'm like, okay, I can get better at this game, and then that kind of like pushed me forward, and then join this Discord, and then get even better. And now I'm in GM for some reason because the game's boosted.
Season 3 anime, it's a little...
Shut up.
Shut up.
So I think that sort of rolled into our experiences with Discord, like in terms of pugs and tournaments. I think we've all sort of gone about that. We're gonna go a little bit. So today we saw a Counter-Strike Global Offensive PLG Major. Krakoa, is that what it's called?
Krakoa?
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 What?
Krakow.
There's like an accent over the O. I don't know what the fuck it means.
They actually call it that?
Krakow.
It's in Poland.
Poland. It's a Polish major. So we had teams like Virtus Pro, Fnatic, SK, Cloud9, FaZe, Penta Esports, Immortals, and it was pretty neato petito tournament. What do you guys think about it? First come serve.
Is there a certain match you guys want to talk about?
We can.
I'll talk about any of them.
Do you remember?
I didn't catch the matches, so I'm lost here.
We can start it with the introduction with Gambit Esports and Mouse Sports. Do you remember that?
I didn't watch the first match, but Gambit won, which is I know who won and I know the scoreline and how. I kind of watched a little bit of it back, but I will say, Gambit winning. They've always been a really good team tactically, just because they have people like Zeus, the ex-IGL for Navi, who got cut because of the coaches rule before. And which is kind of funny because the coach rule is now gone. They're not allowed to have fucking coaches, pretty much.
Wait, no coaches in CS:GO?
Okay, so what happened was coaches were allowed to in-game shot call for their team and able to make the calls for them. So pretty much what you want to do was you get the 5 best fraggers in the game, or you could find, and then use your coach to put them together strategically. Previous to that, you always had one guy in IGL who didn't frag as hard, but he was always calling strats in the middle of the game. So they got rid of the coaches, so the coach cannot talk to the team anymore unless it's during a 30-second tactical pause or in freeze time. So now there's a purpose for the IGL again. So the ex-IGL for Navi, Zeus, he went to Team Gambit, and Gambit's doing really well because of it. I'd say they're barely tier 1 in EU. But Mouse Sports is clearly tier 2 in EU. They did well at the qualifier, but the issue with Mouse Sports is they have really, really bad consistency issues, and whenever it seems they come to a major, they haven't made it out of the group stages. So I would never, ever trust Mouse Sports to play well, especially at a major.
All right. Savagery.
My experience with CS:GO involves watching it and be like, oh hey, they're shooting guns. That's pretty neat. But the coaches thing, that sounds kind of funny. They're just like, no, fuck you guys. You can't do this anymore. And they're like,
well, no,
oh.
I mean it makes sense, dude. Because you want to be able to emulate pro play when you're at home. So games like TF2, how they kind of failed out is because the casual play could never emulate pro play. So everyone played Highlander, but really the professional mode was 6s. Huge split in the community.
Oh yeah.
So a game like Counter-Strike, Valve saw coaches as playing 6v6, not 5v5.
Which is what it was.
Yeah, so think about it. If you're in a open tournament and you're coming up against a team with a coach and your team doesn't have a coach,
you lose.
You're gonna lose. So it's nice. It's actually the best 5 Counter-Strike players versus the best 5 Counter-Strike players. It's good.
How new is that then?
It's been 6 months, 5 months.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Ever since Simple joined Navi.
So Astralis versus Immortals.
Okay. Astralis was fucking just doing really, really well on Overpass. That's a really good map pick for them too. Immortals were doing really, really, really well coming back on their CT side. It is a CT sided map, don't get me wrong, but still, it's hard to pull that many rounds when you're losing so much momentum.
I believe it ended 1917. So it actually ended overtime.
We didn't get to see the last 4 rounds because the stream went out, but
oh yeah, I was watching that. I was just like, oh, Twitch dead. Okay.
Immortals has a lot of talent in their Brazilian players that they picked up. They're kind of like a B team for SK right now, but I mean they did qualify for the major. I don't think they're gonna make it out of the Swiss group stage.
I believe they're going up against Vega Squadron.
Yeah, Vega is a really hit or miss team, 100%. They really fucked up against Virtus Pro today. They picked the dumbest map possible. They picked fucking Nuke against Virtus Pro. That's Virtus Pro's best map. It was so dumb.
And Virtus Pro will be going up against Fnatic, which I think will be a super fun game to watch tomorrow.
I think that's going to be a clash of the old dogs.
Oh yeah.
They're both outclassed teams.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, like 3 months ago, I was listening to a podcast, and LG Evil was talking about how they're a group of people that are never going to leave each other because they believe in having the core 6. And they mentioned some CS:GO team that's done the same thing.
Virtus Pro. Yeah.
That is Virtus Pro? Oh wow.
Yeah. The Virtus Pro usually does really well on LAN because of their chemistry together, and they don't have the nerfs that most like younger players do, or players bring in new people.
Yeah, because they're the same 6, and they
Yeah.
know everyone already, and they're like their job security is there, so that they don't have to worry about.
Yeah,
getting
and it's nice to be able to rely on each other, but the issue with Virtus Pro and the way they do that is they slump hard. Like they go into deep
Yeah.
slumps and then they come back up. Granted, they're really fucking good on LAN. They usually show up on LAN tournaments, but they've been in a slump for the last like 4 or 5 months so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
It's
move on to a separate topic. I don't want us to stay on this too long, but so Doomfist is the new hero that was released into Overwatch recently. Who just scoffed?
I don't want to talk about Doomfist. I want to talk about how
man.
bad the OW League or Overwatch World Cup is.
Overwatch World Cup hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
The
it's been
World
happening
Cup's
the last
the
3
match,
days.
matches
Oh,
are happening.
it's been so irrelevant to me.
Dude.
Yeah,
It's
group
fucking
stages
groups.
have been going
We
on.
haven't even gotten to the good teams. This is where the top team's supposed to smash the bottom team. That's just how
Yeah,
it fucking works.
it's Rogue versus all the other teams. but-
Rogue lost maps to fucking the Thailand team, dude.
Yeah, because they were playing like trash, and also the equipment's trash.
Yeah.
You hear all those setups, horror stories. They're like, you can't use your own headphones, even though those headphones are super broken.
But yeah,
Really?
you're required to use LAN headphones because they're soundproof.
Yeah.
Okay, so like,
That's
well,
how
I'm
alternates are.
surprised it didn't do like. Isn't it supposed to be like you use soundproofing earmuffs, but you have like earbuds?
But your
As
game comms go through the
Yeah.
what's it called?
Through the
The
earmuffs.
headsets that they get
Through the
yeah.
headsets. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds fucking terrible.
That's how all
It's really bad.
tournaments are, though.
It's really bad setup.
I've been trying to say that all esports tournaments need to have soundproof booths because it
Yes.
makes the competition
Well, that's what
so
they
much
that's what they
better.
do in like Asia. Like
Yeah, like Korea definitely
And
already has
Apex,
that.
China,
Apex,
Korea,
they have
Apex
soundproof
has been
groups.
doing it.
Yeah.
yeah, you're in a soundproof booth.
It makes
That's what it
sense.
is.
Yeah, I remember X Games used to do that. It was like always the best tournaments because it's like
I think they even do that shit with Hearthstone, which like yeah,
doesn't
it,
matter.
Hearthstone
it's-
is an esport.
No,
like
I-
Halo.
yeah, I know it's a joke, but
It is a joke, but yeah, it's a
that's
still.
a Blizzard. That's a Blizzard. That's a Blizzard game. Why don't they just do the same
So
thing?
the rankings show as China, South Korea, United States, Sweden, and Finland. Do you think that the U.S. really should be above most of the European teams and under the Asian teams? Or should because
Are
right
these
after you
power rankings or SR rankings?
Where-
like
Where's our-
power
where's our-
rankings.
Give us the link.
Who made the power rankings? Power rankings are 100% subjective.
Yeah.
Check it out on the Wikipedia. Phase 1, the announcement. The skill rating of the top 100 players in the game, Overwatch from different countries and regions will be determined. The
These
qualification.
are the SR
of the tournament.
rankings.
Oh, it's
These are
based
the
off
SR?
SR.
So like
These
out
are
of-
SR rankings.
these are
The
just
country
SR
with the highest top 100 SR players. So saying China has their top 100 players have the highest SR average, they're number 1. They get seed number 1.
So it's just
Granted-
based off of the SR, which
Yeah, and
That's what
usually
that- that's
it's
what that one is.
completely based off population and amount of country interest in video games.
but wouldn't Sweden outrank the U.S. in that regard? I guess they have the lower population
No,
then,
because the U.S. has a much larger population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of
population
casuals.
We got more casuals.
Doesn't matter more people. Look at China. They don't even have the same network as us, but they fucking
They have their
are
own-
number 1
It's
because they have
fucking huge.
an insane amount of people. You know, it's like more people, there's more chance for talent.
Okay.
It's a larger pool to draw from, basically. Of like one of them is going to be
So-
really fucking good.
Asia and Europe have both sort of, not all of Europe and not all of Asia, but both Asia, especially South Korea, have, I won't say fully embraced, but have definitely pulled up a lot of culture regarding esports and video games in general. And Europe has gotten quite a bit as well because I believe a long time ago they actually created the NIP burger, the NIP burger in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was actually a burger. I don't know if it was some sort of fast food restaurant like McDonald's or something like that, like Burger King or what have you.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah, there was a Nip burger, and then a Ninjas in Pajamas burger that you could actually purchase, and it would have the faces of the NIP cast, like on like different promotional material. I don't know what sort of processes of money went through there, but that was when NIP was in their like undefeated 80-something games. They were just undefeated, the absolute
with the
dominant
original
CS.
squad with McLaren.
Yeah, the OG team.
Yep.
But so that's a good indication that some of Europe and a lot of Asia have embraced esports far greater than we have in the far
Alright.
west.
There's a reason because of this. Okay, in South Korea, there's a huge infrastructure behind their esports because the country is just so much smaller and there's not a lot more you can do there. In the community, in like internet, like what's it called, internet cafes?
Yeah.
Like that's what kids do throughout the day. They go to internet cafes.
Yeah, they leave after
And-
school and go to an internet cafe.
Yeah, and they pay like whatever, like $1, pretty much, to play all day. That's what they do. In the U.S., it's a much larger land, and so a place like Sweden, it's fucking snowy almost all year round, right?
Yeah.
You can't like go out and do things. It's like that's why video games are really popular there.
So you're
But
saying the landmass and its location have a lot to do with it.
yeah, it does. It's whatever the what's available there.
It's like
But you
their
also have to
economy.
remember, though, it also has to do with your culture based on what you're good at. South Korea dominates in MMO games and shit, like not MMO,
RTS?
RTS and MOBAs. They dominate in those because it's like what their culture is always revolved around, like StarCraft 1, Brood War. They are the undisputed best at that game, total, just because that's what their culture like kind of revolved around. And they made an infrastructure out of it because it was so popular there. Because there's nothing else to fucking do in South Korea. Whereas in the US, everyone's been kind of split, We're not all one community pushing towards one game. Whereas in South Korea, if you go to the fucking PC bang, there's only going to be fucking 2 games you can play. And right now, it's like League of Legends and Overwatch. Overwatch is so popular in South Korea right now because that's all people pretty much can play. In the US, you can go to your home to your computer and play where the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I think it's the like another different thing is that South Korea is like one state, and then the United
Yeah,
States
yeah.
is 50 states.
That's getting me into something too.
So you have so much culture variety, and there's no way we're gonna ever be able to unify like as quickly as something that small.
Yeah, that gets me into the idea that, okay, in Overwatch League, they announced 7 teams. 1 for China, 1 for South Korea, and then 5 for the US. This is going to exactly happen what happened to NACS. So, in North America, for Counter-Strike, they always spread the talent so much between multiple organizations and chances to make money. Whereas in Europe, they always had like 1 or 2 teams with all the talent in their country. Sweden always had 2 powerhouse teams. The US had 8 teams that were all mediocre. So if we spread out our talent so much, it really, really fucks us hard. Whereas now they have 1 team for China, 1 team for South Korea for the Overwatch League. Seoul
Obviously.
for South Korea
in mind,
is gonna
this isn't
fucking
Israel.
crush.
Yeah, so obviously it seems like those countries, like 1 for China?
There's
Yeah.
1 for China,
This is
1 for
so.
South
This is
Korea.
the initial
overall-
7 teams.
yeah.
This is like the first 7 teams they've closed the deal with.
So,
Where
okay. I mean, that definitely seems like China will definitely, or the 2 Asian teams will likely just pile in as much talent to densely pack 2 teams, whereas the US is definitely going to be thinned out. So that's been like the history with the US in general, is because we have so many slots to fill that it's easier to see how you would have less popular or less stronger teams.
Weaker, some might say.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Fuck you, alright? It's hard.
I mean, we've seen it happen. It happened in Counter-Strike, and I'm sure it happens in all fucking esports.
Yeah.
It's like the US, there's so many, like, people always go towards the money.
Yeah.
So it's like, star player, he's like, oh, I want this star player, I'm gonna offer him a shitload of money to play for my org. and then they just spread out all the fucking like top tier players. Even though if the top tier players came together, they could probably make like a huge team. Granted, in Asian countries, they do have a more basis around team play.
Yeah,
or
they're more focused
cooperation.
on winning. So
They're
care
more
more
focused on cooperation too. Whereas in the U.S., you always want to be set aside and be an individual.
Let's talk a little bit about the Moon Moon sub-circuit and the prior games that we've had. So,
Alright, that one.
yeah, in the initial stages, we had Never Lucky versus B-Bong, K-Kona versus 2499, Hyperlow versus 999, and Kamega versus Savages. So, since we have a member of Kamega here, why don't you tell us a little bit about your matchup with the Savages?
We played like complete dog shit. We weren't prepared when we went in. We didn't scrim for like at least like 3 or 4 days. We were definitely cold going into it. I watched the VOD back. Looked like we played like shit. I mean, we all acknowledged it. And honestly, our next matchup, we're probably gonna come in a lot stronger.
Your
What's
next
the next
matchup
one?
will be versus Cowboy. No, versus 999. No,
No,
you already
we
handled
played
that,
them.
didn't you? So it'd be the
We
loser of
already duoed
C5, which will be either Never Lucky or 2499. So 2499.
Yeah, you're probably gonna play for 24.99. No offense to that. No offense to them, but the team they're going up against. Sorry, Grock.
24.99. They played really well.
Grok,
And they're-
defend yourself. Defend yourself.
I mean, I could talk about both matchups.
Yeah. So
I
what
mean,
do you,
we
so
scribbed for once. That was pretty
You
cool.
scrimmed?
you
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no,
No
I heard
way.
about that. They
Neat-
actually.
I mean, as I understand
did
it, Neat Kekona took a map off you guys, right?
Let's ignore that. Didn't happen. That was
Yeah.
rugby.
So I mean, that match.
They did play really well though. Like on the other maps, other than Lijiang, you have to like acknowledge that.
Yeah, we practiced a lot of Koth. I think we're getting good.
I think you're just. Like, as long as I've known Korn, they've been inherently bad at cough.
Yeah. I mean, like the meme team that I started with Pi,
Yeah.
we actually managed to go to round 5 with the
My first
2499.
Yeah, that was Team 999. But
Hey.
you guys.
No,
guys are-
no, he was
Team
on
Nya.
Nya.
That was Nya.
Oh, that's Nya. That's
Hey,
right.
you remember that? Remember that? That's the only one Moon bothered to post on his channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
This is
Let
the
me
first one.
let me talk about the matchup that
Yeah.
we're going to
Of,
play in
of-
our next loser bracket.
Never Lucky versus 2499.
Yeah. So honestly, initially coming in, we're going to have to say that 2499 is probably going to be the match we play, just because they're playing against the top seed in the tournament.
The number 1 seed. 2499 is number 4, and I believe you guys were actually number 3.
Yeah, number 3. Say we've scrimmed 2499. We'll just say 2499 didn't do that well.
That was
But
like a
they-
month ago, dude. We it was like our first.
That
time
was like
playing.
2 weeks ago.
Shut up! I don't even remember where I live.
They probably have turned around, and I do have a feeling that they do better in tournaments, and there's a lot more motivation behind them. I mean, you can see it when they're playing, and they're playing a lot better. Granted, they don't have 2D anymore. They have Cal playing Diva for them, which might also help because 2D's lack of interest in the game might have been dragging them down. So, I mean, we're not gonna play them like we're gonna smash them. We're gonna like probably go in really hard.
I mean,
Well,
talking with 2D,
that's-
like when even playing that game, he just hates Diva in general. So
Yeah,
Rock,
and-
what do you think about that? About your matchup against Never Lucky?
I mean, I don't know much about Never Lucky. I think they're pretty good. I don't look at other teams. 'Cause
You
that's-
fucking suck.
I can
Dude,
talk about what I know about Never Lucky.
How do you not know about Never Lucky, Grok?
I don't fucking like study our enemies. This isn't like war,
did
dude.
you
I'm
not
just-
watch-
I'm just playing a video
he's an
game.
anime. He just shows up and heals.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
No, but
Never Lucky has gone through a lot of really, really big changes with not their lineup, but their roles. So Trade used to be the main healer, and they weren't afraid of running like a Far Mercy, because Trade could play a pretty decent Mercy. But Trade could not play the Zenyatta up to the level he needed to play it. So they ended up doing roster swaps and swapping it around, like having Badger play the main healer, moving Murder like the Tracer.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I
Yeah.
was always confused. Like every once in a while, I'd go join and I'm like, oh, you're healing? Why?
Yeah, they couldn't do it. So Trade looks like he's stuck on Lucio right now, and that's the way they're finding success. And Avalak has moved to the Zenyatta player. The issue is that every person they're putting to play main Zen looked like they didn't know how to play Zen.
But
Honestly,
Avalak was
I think-
popping off.
Avalak knows how to play it. He probably like really understands how you're supposed to play Zen inside the meta right now. what people are really missing is that Ana mains don't transfer to Zen very well.
Excuse me.
I mean,
It
Now
takes
I
we're
agree with you,
offensive.
but I also don't. In a way.
honestly, no, Zen takes a lot of practice for a team that's going to be diving you insanely hard. If
That's
you
true.
if you struggle to win that the Tracer Zen 1v1, because that's like a 100% skill matchup. That's not favored to anyone. You're gonna struggle.
Hey, I gotta shout out to my boy Grock. He was doing really well in the Zenyatta 1v1s. If you watched their last match,
He had some pretty nutty right clicks.
yeah, it was a lot of like
Oh yeah, I think
the rest of his team wasn't killing Tracer, so he just delegated himself to killing Tracer.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean-
taken that job for our team since nobody else can bother to do it.
I don't want to sound too toxic, but I think that a lot of the Ana players in GM are just glorified
garbage,
heal bots. They're glorified heal bots, and
Yeah,
they're no better than the Mercy mains.
Not enough of them know how to like take the time to split between shooting teammates and enemies. They just think, all right, I need to save every bullet to a teammate and not shoot when they don't need healing, right?
Yeah, and honestly,
that's
it's
fucking
like
dumb.
they got carried just from running behind their Reinhardt and shooting him.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, like I think a lot of people don't like the dive meta just because they're having a hard time transferring their skills.
I feel personally attacked when you say that Anas are boosted in GM.
Didn't you just say that you got to GM because the game's boosted?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so shut up.
that's beside the point.
Hey, I can say it. You can't.
All right, so looking into the future, say you go up against 2499. What are your thoughts going into that sort of matchup, without telling any like special strats that you might have in mind? Like,
Yeah,
what,
it's
what do you
directly
think?
to the
Do
enemy
you,
team.
Yeah, like, do you think that you have a better chance on different maps, or perhaps the maps have nothing to do with it? Like, obviously, Koth is something that you want to go for, and even though they've been smashed in every single Koth round, they seem to let it go.
Yeah, I think that just the team who plays to the stronger fundamentals will be the team that wins the match.
So
Because,
you
I mean,
think it's more of like
we're-
a pug setup.
Both of our teams, we're not too well versed in cooperative play as a team. We're just a bunch of guys who came from matchmaking together, and we don't scrim 6 hours a day. We're going in. So the team that knows how to play off of each other better and knows when to dive, when to peel, is going to be the team that wins. I don't think there's going to be any special star power coming through from one player being able to carry it, because that's not how Overwatch works. It's whatever team works better as a unit.
All right. So as I understand it, Hyperlule so far is the only team that is going completely undefeated.
What do you mean? No maps taken off?
They have no maps taken off. Hyperlule is the only team that has no maps taken off of them. The next could be Never Lucky, which we'll find out pretty soon, I believe. Grock, your matchup is tomorrow, Monday, right?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. You two guys, Never Lucky 2499 and Hyperlule, but Hyperlule right now is waiting in the quarterfinals for their opponent, likely to be Never Lucky, perhaps, based on everyone's speculation.
Well, I mean, Never Lucky did lose a map off Cowboy Bebop. Although, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's really weird how they got there, how they've gotten into this tournament. Because I didn't think they were very good, in like when we were scrimming them, and obviously we didn't get to play them in the qualifier, and they're like too new to have played them in any other one. But they
Right.
kind of just like showed up, and then now they take a map off Never Lucky. You have to kind of like maybe go watch that and figure out how they did that, because that's
Watching Cowboy Bebop, they definitely have some wrong impressions about playing the game.
How do
I
you
feel like them
wrong impressions.
they're running a Zen on attack Route 66.
I mean, aren't they? They're a fairly new team in sub-circuit
Yes,
standards.
Yeah.
I told you.
I'm
they
gonna
only there
just
for the
say that
qualifier.
them taking a map off Never Lucky was kind of a fluke, and I feel like Never Lucky might have thrown really hard. I don't think Cowboy Bebop played well. I think Never Lucky played horribly.
They might have been kind of cocky, I guess, in that
Hmm,
situation.
I don't know.
Either cocky or nervous. I think that going to the big matchup, the opponent who will be playing Hyperlule. So Hyperlule got the second seed after playing the Open tournament and losing to Never Lucky in the final. But Hyperlol had a substitute during that time. Hyperlol's been a team that's been together forever now, it feels like.
Yeah.
That same exact roster. That roster just feels so strong because they have so much chemistry together. And I think they would have took the #1 seed if they were playing with their full roster going into that open tournament.
So,
Yeah.
before we open up the ability for people to just join in through draft teams, that was about the time when you and Specific both were complaining that there wasn't enough high-tier competition in the tournament. It was usually just the same guy winning over and over. Right?
Sure.
And so it was around that time that we introduced that I had made originally... What was their old team name? Mango Bay.
Yes.
Later becoming Never Lucky, and Hyperlul came a little bit after that as well. How do you feel about the top teams that we have in this tournament?
The top teams, one, they're dedicated, they practice a lot. They all seem to have the same goals. Like, a team like Never Lucky is, like, really willing to make the swaps on the roles. And it seems like they're not taking it as insults, you know? They're taking it as in constructive criticism to put their best strengths forward. Like, I mean, it's really strong to take your main healer and say, you can't play main healer for us. It's just not going to work. But he's okay with it, and he's able to go into the Lucio.
I think
Usually-
that's actually incredible because that's like pro level strats. That's that's something that Envy does, right? They threw Internet Hulk onto, was it? Yeah, it was Internet Hulk, right? Am I not?
No. So Envy, they took one of the best soldier players in the world, Harry Hook.
Oh, it's
And he
Harry
plays-
Hook.
he
Internet
plays
Hulk's the
Lucio
one that
for
got
them.
kicked off. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out the name, but yeah, it's because he was playing DPS for them, and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna play Lucio for us now." And he's like, "Okay," and now he's like,
yeah,
a
he
really
like
good
makes
Lucio.
sacrifices for the team, and it's like actually really strong of them to do that. I think a team like Never Lucky, their greatest weakness is going to be if you force them onto a comfort comp, like a comp with Ana. Because I feel like Avalok might not play Ana because he doesn't have the experience for it in a tournament, where he's only pretty much practicing Zen.
Oh, force them onto a comp that makes Ana is like kind of really hard because the meta is basically Zen dominant.
It is, but I feel like their team, just because they swap roles and they're not exactly playing what they normally would, they're going to end up having issues, and you can tilt them.
I guess the best way to do that would be to play with Sombra into them because Sombra destroys Zen. It's
Yeah.
just how a matchup goes every time.
Alright, now we're gonna switch on our gears. Why this is better than
Switch.
hashtag tournament news? What's that mean?
We don't have to go through all of these.
Yeah, we'll share some memes
But-
then. We'll go into some funny bits.
Let's get some memes in here before we close out.
I mean,
here.
why we're better than tournament news could also be a meme in itself. So,
So, Swish, what do you think about the structure of tournament news? Do you think it was a good idea to end that? I believe Echo made that a long time ago,
Okay.
having a lot of focus into it.
I mean, I want to.
It's kind of just like updates for the matches, isn't it?
I mean, that's
I
pretty
think
much
Echo
what it is.
Echo did some.
no, that's announcements, I guess.
Yeah, like-
No,
Announcements.
well, so I put this in here because I'm just like, it's a meme, first of all. Second of all, tournament news was supposed to be Echo's like meme channel for the tournament news, spreading like bullshit about it. Like, oh, this team's bad. Here's why. I don't know. If you go back and look at the first
like-
post,
like-
like,
like-
he'll
let me tell
argue with you on
Echo,
that one.
fucking Echo's first post was haha lol XD corn charges into a fucking wall, and then he bitched at me a month later when I posted a fucking fat meme on there, and he's like, dude, I need you to take this more seriously. Hey, listen, Echo, fuck you, alright?
Alright.
I think he's
I
just like his
think
memes
he's-
and only his memes.
Okay, so I think Echo, when he made the interviews with the Hyperlol and like Never Lucky, those were really good. Those were like really awesome quality content because it actually felt like we had some substance behind our teams. It wasn't just a bunch of fucking pug teams. It was kind of cool.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert. I kind of want to do that with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I want us to interview champions and semi-finalists and whatnot. Maybe have the whole team in here with one or two of us, and have like a just a good time talking about how the tournament went and whatnot. So I think we'll do that in the future. Is have invite on the winning team to like have a nice little chit chat, maybe.
Oh, you want
relax
to
each
fat
other.
fucking me? We posted this in the tournament news now.
Yeah, dude, that's
Are
what
you
we're gonna do.
posting-
Okay, perfect.
But I feel like tournament news is just announcements number 2 because this Discord doesn't feel as focused as like maybe its intentions were when it was made.
Yeah, we have a lot of channels that are kind of
So
dead.
like if you think about it and you look in tournament news, it's like K Kona take the victory 2-1 over Cowboys or whatever. That
Yeah.
should be like an announcements, right? Because this is a focused Discord about a tournament.
No, I think that the reason is because in announcements we only have like whenever we want people to check out the sub-circuit Twitch, or we want to have people know that something important is going on. Tournament news is a little more relaxed in terms of it's only about questions, feedback from the main community that we don't feel is as important as like an announcement that like we are going to do this. And tournament news is more like, what do you guys think about this? You know, that sort of setup. So it's split between those two. Announcements is solely for telling you this is what will happen, and tournament news is supposed to be a sort of area to ask questions or minor announcements like regarding pugs. I don't think that talking about pugs is so important that it needs to go into announcements. But it's definitely fit for something like tournament news in case anybody wants to get into it.
I mean, that's not only the tournament, but I know what you mean.
Like, I feel like that separation should be more distinct, and I think that's why we've turned them into what they are now. Do you think we should clean up the sub-circuit? I don't think that adding more focus will really... I don't think we can inject, like, raw focus and just say we need to make sure that everybody knows about these particular things.
I'm not saying you need to focus it, because I know a lot of people in here don't give 2 fucks about the tournament.
Have you seen Stan
What?
type in here once?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
mean-
know there's half the people who don't give a shit about the people in here, they just play the tournament, and there's another half that doesn't give a shit about the tournament, and they just want to hang out with the people in here. So I think it might be important to have discussion channels for people who are talking. It actually has some kind of interest. Whereas a channel like, I don't know, like some stupid pun,
Well,
that's just fucking ridiculous.
Farrah wants to keep it there. I tried to get rid of it. Farrah's like, we're keeping it. I
well,
wanted
see,
to go.
'cause so my thing is, so I posted that in
Like I feel
the
like a
questions
lot
for
of the
mods.
things that we have in here should be just relegated to the moon court, like the music, audio, food stuff.
Yeah, that shit's
Yeah. When we were like, should we put a Weebs channel in this Discord? I was like, no. There's a Weebs channel in Mooncore. Go there.
Instead, we have anime discussion, which is only for the time that people communicate. Like whenever people are watching anime, that's typically where they're typing, and I think that's fine because anime.
It's also kind
is-
of like getting everyone together for the anime days.
Yeah. Anime is active enough that, and it happens frequently enough that I feel like a single area devoted to them typing in chat, so they don't, talk in general chat and misguided a direction or a conversation that might be going on. They could distract from that. I feel like whenever you're in a channel and you're doing a particular thing, then I feel like you should type in a channel that's related to that thing.
I do think that anime discussion is an okay channel to have at this point, because it is used. So my issue, I mean, it's not really an issue, it's just an annoyance, is Mooncord. I checked Mooncord right now. I have 45 channels muted. I have 3 channels unmuted. Announcements, sub-tournament, and emotes and arts. In this Discord, I have 20 channels muted because they're literally meaningless to me.
Well, there are so many people in that Discord that, like, I suppose, like, they have like 4,300 people.
Okay, so sorry. I guess the pointing out Mooncord isn't really apt because I don't even use it that much. But what I want to say is, there's a lot of filler in these Discords, and like my post in the questions for mods, like just gold things. I feel like that's just ranked raging, and ranked raging can still be a thing with. I mean, we can have that in here because it makes sense to be in this Discord, not just in Mooncord, because higher level players will actually kind of understand what your problems are coming from. So I guess that's not like the biggest a deal.
I feel like we should get rid of 1v1s and 3v3s. Those two channels just take up space. So does music, audio stuff, and food stuff. I mean, I just feel like
I don't know why we have music and audio stuff.
Well,
'cause I
audio
feel
stuff
like
is supposed to be like audio equipment, like audio interfaces, microphones.
it was
Basically,
active for a while.
literally just
but,
Farrah.
There's music channels in there's a music channel in Mooncore. There's a music channel in this core. There's in Never Lucky Discord. And is there one in Kamega? Let's go see. I mean,
No.
not really, but there's a bot talk where you throw bullshit in there.
Bot talk is for using the music bots, all right? Come
So-
on,
Why
man.
is there a graveyard channel?
I don't know.
Dead
I
Teams.
actually like the graveyard channel. 'cause
I think
it's
graveyard's
teams.
alright.
It's been 3 months.
It
It
allows
literally-
us to
it
have
literally-
history.
It means nothing to me because I have it muted. It's just another one for the pit, but
I mean, it's there for like adding a little bit of history to the sub circuit to make it feel more tangible, to make it a little
So,
bit nicer to think about.
Not only is it a graveyard, but the thing itself is a graveyard because nobody fucking posted.
well, no one can post in it because that's not the point. The point
Okay.
is
Yeah, Echo
literally
kept making
just
the
there for the
tombstones.
emotes. Literally
sure.
just there. That's it. I just feel that having so if you are a person that comes in the Discord, doesn't have any channel muted, and you go, whoa, that's a lot of channels for such a small Discord. Why? What am I supposed to do with this information?
We're not a small Discord per se, just inactive. We have like some 500 people in here who don't fucking do anything.
So it's a
Well,
small Discord.
Yeah, the thing is though is that people made a community in here it is a smaller community compared to the main Moon Discord.
It's a niche group.
I mean,
It's
I'd,
a
well,
I'd
less
say, I'd
crowded.
say we have like
Honestly-
1/5 of the whole channel is actually active.
Honestly,
I think it's less than that.
I'd say it's the same like type of people. It's just a smaller group, and people seem to like that more, which is why we have so many discussion things like anime discussion. Like really, it doesn't belong in a channel like this, or say
Well, I'm saying like the reason we have anime discussion is because the anime voice channel is always active. Like every week, people are watching anime and they type and they have their discussion within anime discussion as opposed to putting it in general chat.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying in that sense, but I'm saying, don't they do that in like a main, like the Moon Discord? This is like the sub Discord for the tournament, you know?
I mean, kind of
Well, I
Rainy
mean,
kind
well,
of
like
holds
everyone-
a tight fist over weebs in that channel. Like,
Yeah,
you
I'm
like-
not saying you have to get rid of it because it has such a large following. I'm just saying it's counterintuitive to what the Discord's here for.
I don't think so. Like I feel like because people don't want to go into Mooncourt, like you said, you don't want to go into Mooncourt for anything. There are a lot of people in the sub circuit that don't want to go to Mooncourt and do that. So it's better for us to just do everything here and have like our own little community here. It's not just about the sub circuit because we only have one match a month. And in the off time, we'd still want everybody to be more active. So having an anime channel and discussion definitely promotes that.
I mean, I also understand what you're saying about like anime and like weebs in comparison with like the Mooncourt and Sub Circuit, but like a big thing about the weebs channel in Mooncourt is that it's very like
It's like a prison.
they exclude anyone new basically. Like if you don't talk there for a while, you're basically shunned. Like it's so like.
Is it like being a
Yeah.
white name in the OW?
I think
I think it's worse than that.
I think it's
like-
because it's too
Like
fundamental.
if you want to get sent to the pit talking weebs for like 3 minutes, trust me.
What is the pit? I don't know what that is.
It's a place where you can't talk in any channel.
Why? Why do they do that?
I don't.
it's like a timeout thing.
Yeah,
Like
except
maybe somebody
sometimes you'll
was-
sit in.
It's like you
You'll
don't
sit in there
wanna-
for like 2 days.
It's not an offense that's kickable or bannable, but it's something that you just want to have the person not type in the channel for a while. You just like
So-
yeah, but that's also really stupid.
yeah,
The
it's,
access sub Discord, the way I see it, it's like personally I think it should be more focused, but that's probably because I don't use any of the discussion channels that much. But I think you lose a lot of activity around here and bringing in new people.
I think the point.
I think if
it
you
all- I
have
think it
anime
all-
discussion,
it all
one
comes
sec.
down-
if you have anime discussion, you have to keep all the other channels. You can't be selective.
well, we can be based on how often and how popular
Yeah, the
different
use
things
of
are.
them.
I mean, like anime discussion has a voice channel and it's active, and people are actively into it, and it's more than just like 3 or 4 people typing into a channel that they could probably have the same discussion at general chat.
Like, would you remove the Minecraft channel?
Well, sure, nobody ever plays Minecraft anymore. Not in this
I
channel.
would kill it, honestly.
Another
Like-
one I think we should kill. Honestly, Diamond and Below, dude. Like the last time someone typed in that was July 10th, and it
Well,
was
it's because they
really-
haven't had a tournament.
My opinion of the Diamond and Below 1v1 and 3v3 is that I could all be, and I guess even the open tournament. Why is that a thing? Like, why do we have an open tournament channel? But all this to me is either gen chat or looking for team. So if you want to go to Diamond and Below, you go looking for team, and then you fill out the application, and that's it. Or you talk in gen chat. And if you want to go to the open tournament, you don't talk in the open tournament this channel. You go to looking for team, and then you go there.
Me and Snow.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this, Grok? I gotta get his opinion because
yeah.
I mean, as long as off topic in general are cool. I mean, I don't care. I don't talk anything else.
Yeah, keep off topic. I mean, get all those new people in there. They come for the tournament, stay for the grok.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Off
Totally
topic.
that, yes.
We're keeping off topic because it's active. But I mean, like my reasoning behind keeping the respective channels is because they're active and they promote people being active in the sub circuit. Minecraft 1v1, 3v3.
those haven't been used. in so long.
They don't promote anything as far as I can see. Nor does food stuff, audio stuff, and music. Those are incredibly niche and are only populated by like 4 or 5 people. But I mean, I've seen the fucking anime hangout thing listed to damn near 15 people some nights. And they have them on weekends, and it's frequent enough that people, I feel like it deserves its own channel.
Aren't the 1v1 and 3v3s dead because
We never do them.
all the mods are doing the tournament right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 1v1 and 3v3, we had a 1v1 and 3v3 tournament a long time ago that we never really do. And we'll have one this Christmas. Color Wheel sponsored.
Oh, again? Will we be eating Elock in the finals again?
I hope so, man.
And then we can
Will
just
we-
leave the casters?
Will the people get their rewards with their
I fucking
God.
dropped $50 to Swish.
Well, Elock, but
Oh,
yeah.
Elock, yeah. To
But
your
he
team. And
just
then
bought us all. He bought us all games.
Yeah, Elock was like, I'm just gonna use this to buy my friends' games, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even do that for my own team. Well, shit. But I mean,
Yeah. Us being placed on the opposite sides of the bracket, and that was just too perfect.
Yeah.
It was just so good. We got to the final, and we just fucked around with Apple as the caster.
Oh yeah, dude, that was some good times.
Was that the one where Apple was yelling
at his
dog?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
solo casting. What do you think? What do you get? Okay, can I
Yelling
get
at his dog.
besides Snow, because I think I have his opinion already. What do you guys think about Apple solo's casting?
I like Apple casting. He has a good voice for it. He's entertaining to listen to.
Grok?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, I guess.
Thank you,
I'm not
Grok.
gonna watch anyway, lol.
I like to watch the tournaments, and I think Apple would make a good caster. You're fun to listen to.
I think he's trash.
Thank
I
you.
like
think
that.
that
He doesn't shut up.
there's some people
voice.
like I think some of the camera operators. I think you need to give them a test run before you go live with a tournament.
Well, we're still dealing with
like-
like new people.
All right, tell me, Swish. What am I? Why am I bad? Why
It's
am I
not
bad?
you. It's some.
Is it not me? You can tell me.
You
it sounds
weren't- I don't remember in my active memory of like your computer just dropping a massive amount of frames.
Oh, you're talking about Russ?
no, I take great pride in not dropping frames. Thank you.
Like I'm not talking about from a technical standpoint of like watching and picking the right people to follow. That you just
Yeah,
learn
we-
that
we
with
should
time,
probably-
and
we
you
should
can't be
probably, like,
greedy
get
about that.
We should probably get PC specs before we start having people
You
like
should have
stream it.
test streams before you.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that can go into it, like
I don't
internet
think-
connection.
You have to
like,
get like a microphone test before someone casts. Dude, I
no pod
actually
mics allowed.
listening to broadcasts. Honestly, in the last one, I
Dude,
had
he's
to
going.
mute the
He's
stream.
he's calling them out.
Yeah. I mean, like, well,
I
it's
had
it's,
to mute the
yeah,
stream.
it's
It was bad.
necessary. Like, I also didn't like Broda's casting, and I just turned the volume really low.
Turned it off. It's unlistenable.
I think we had. I think we were watching that over in Duck Court, and we
Yeah,
had Swish casting. Like,
halfway through, like, I believe Broda just stopped, like his microphone or something just stopped
It's
working.
towards the end.
Yeah, and then Swish, or I'm sorry, Specific pretty much just took over and just started solo casting. And I think that,
it became a little bit more watchable, in my
yeah,
opinion.
well,
after
I like how Swish casts in terms of his
Swish
understanding.
specific.
Both of these guys, I want to see both of you guys casting a game. I
I'm
think
not a caster. I'm a player.
fuck up,
I want-
shut up, just do it. It's fucking
I want-
easy.
You're an
it is
admin.
kinda
You could just
easy.
force him into that role.
Do it or you're banned.
So it's been problems with a couple times where we're trying to get set up and we don't do the proper format. We don't join voice 15 minutes early to get ready to go. And
I always do
can't.
mic checks.
I like that time when Sproto was there. He wasn't there until like immediately as we started, and it was okay. I guess I'm like, okay, I have to live with this because I can't do anything about it.
I think for the future reference, like we should have like, yeah, like Swish said, a test run
and that's
kind of thing. And then even then, before we start casting, do a mic check because you don't know if like your mic settings is fucked up for a day or something like that.
And I brought that up to Dongles, and he said this doesn't normally happen if we do a tournament, and since the Invitational is so fucked, we don't really have the proper format, so it's just basically, okay, I guess we're just living with this, because it doesn't really matter. It's one game out of games that over the course of like a month.
Grok, you can jump in and talk at any point.
I don't even know what you're fucking on about, to be honest.
We're talking about the quality of the tournament based on the people who work.
Grok, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, Grok. Let's talk about Jeff.
Oh, Jeff is good. I like Jeff.
Let's
talk about
Jeff,
yeah.
What got you started? What got you started with like memes in general? Like yes, this is what I'm about. Memes and Jeff.
Would you say that you're as good or even better a memer during game as Murder.exe?
Who's Murder.exe?
I think that answers our question.
Sick burn. All right. Okay. So, all right. Let's ask some serious questions here, Brock. So in the "My Name Jeff" meme, do you find the irony in it funny that people think you're being serious? Like
people think I'm being serious?
Yes.
Yes, some people do.
Yes. When people say, "Oh my god, that meme's not funny," that they think you actually think it's funny. They don't think you're just doing it ironically.
Yeah. Well, the issue with Jeff is that I've reached the point where there's so many layers of irony that I'm not happy anymore.
Suck.
Yeah, like, you know, it was easier to manage when it was like on the first and second layers of irony. Like, okay, this is not funny, but it's funny because it's unfunny, right? It's going too far, and I would like to keep it going.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just makes it funnier once you go fast and fast, and
Yeah.
then people get even angrier about
like,
it.
You're past the point of no return where you just got to keep building it. Like,
Yeah, it's good.
you go 100, or you don't go at all. Like.
Who the fuck is your favorite streamer, Switch? What?
No. Let's keep it with Grok. He is the name.
Is it?
After all.
I just want to hear Switch do the gods meme one time.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
I'm not prepared.
Oh come on!
It's fine.
I have to get into character.
Yeah, the good. I mean, if there's the
No, once he gets into character, he won't stop. It's not a good idea.
If there's to play, there's to call. If there's to call, there's to play. I'm just saying. It's irrelevant.
I have a problem when people start doing accents. I can't stop doing that accent, so let's not.
I used to watch like the same movie when I was younger and really poor. I remember I had a TV VHS combination that we had gotten from a fucking garage sale, and I remember putting in the same movie. It was Liar Liar, and like some other shitty movies. But I remember watching the movie over and over and over and over and over, and I was able to do like recreate scene for scene and go through the dialogue as they go through the dialogue, as the actors on the screen do, and I repeat what they say over and over. And doing like menial voice acting things, I would listen to maybe a podcast or a video of British people, Russian people, whatever accent I wanted to learn. And it'd be a bonus if they were entertaining too. And I would listen to it over and over and over. And then I would start doing those accents with the people or do them over and over in my head. And I got really good at doing like shitty accents at one point. And
the first time I watched the Fargo movie, I got stuck doing that accent for like a week. Like the younger kids, you don't know that movie. The accent is just it makes that entire movie. And I got stuck doing that for a week, and I'm not gonna start now because I'll probably get stuck again.
I just really got into doing shitty accents and stuff, but I don't think I could do God's work. Get it? That was fun.
You tied it back. You tied it back to the.
You brought it back.
Statement.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm pretty fucking good at what I do, you know.
Croc, what kind of music do you like?
Oh, dude, I like meme songs, right?
No.
I actually do love meme songs.
Why do you like? What do you get out of a meme song, dude?
I don't know.
I like the quality.
Hilarious.
I love the quality put into them.
It's the same thing as the Jeff. It's not funny, but the irony of that it's not funny makes it funny.
No, it's more than that.
No,
Like
it's
Swish
legitimately good.
actually said like I will put on meme music and like listen to it. Like
Oh, well,
Really?
he listens to weird meme music. I mean,
Really?
like, I
What's
like to
wrong
listen
with
to
you?
Shitty
Oh.
music.
Are we talking about meme music?
Like,
Oh,
I won't
like,
sit there and
so-
listen to ear rape, but I mean,
Like,
Okay,
So,
what's
I wanna-
what's your opinion on You're Welcome then? You know.
Your Welcome's a great song. It has some great composing, some great singing by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I mean, I think it's just really funny to imagine The Rock singing. It's just something about it.
Yeah, and the kid is screaming. It's even better.
Yeah,
Where's the
screaming kid
music
one is
bot
just
in this
funnier.
channel?
But so new music, I need music to like study and stuff. So
Yeah.
that I have 2 songs on my phone. So I have I have like 3. So I have We Are Number One, but it's synthwave. I listen to that. Sometimes I listen to that on repeat while I'm studying.
That's really stale.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's like
I don't
an
know.
extremely stale meme.
And then I know, but that doesn't mean anything.
The
to
fuck?
me.
How can you tell a meme is stale unless you've heard it yourself like a shitload of fucking times?
I've just heard
BuzzFeed
it.
rated it the #1 meme of the year.
It's fucking
Yeah,
bad.
that's-
It's fucking
BuzzFeed.
Cap. You gotta stop while you're ahead, bud.
Dude, I haven't done studying in like a couple months.
Fucking by proxy,
Alright, what are the
that
other
makes
songs?
you
What
a
are the other
bad
songs?
person.
I have that Bustin' song.
Bustin'? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bustin',
Neil-
bustin', bustin', bustin'.
You can usually
bustin'.
tell
Neil
by
says-
a video's
Okay,
view count.
Neil Cicerega, he like started the meme song. He's the godfather.
His
of it
editing
all.
is so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, no, he's like originally he was like one of the first creators of meme songs back when like the internet first got started. He was like this 13-year-old kid making meme songs in his like on his dad's computer. Like he was homeschooled and his parents are like, "All right, as long as you pass the test at the end of the year, we don't care what you do."
I mean, like,
And he did that. He did that shit, and that's what he did.
a little off topic, but I remember watching Foon, and I went to his channel, and one of the videos that he popped was like, "I'm gonna get back into this shit. You kids don't even know I've been doing this for like 13 years." And then he pulled up a fucking like Vegas Pro like 7, and I was like, "This dude must be fucking. This dude's got to be like 48 by now." He was
Yeah,
fucking
Foon.
Vegas Pro 7. Holy shit.
I remember that video. It's too bad shortly after he deleted his entire channel.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
I was watching. This is very topical. I was watching something the other day. It was basically people talking about like if they thought Foon was like a hacking or like scripting or not, and like what happened to him. A lot of people are like, oh, he's probably just dead. Like he's gone forever.
I mean, there actually is a chance that he's dead, but
Is-
I feel like
yeah,
I feel like we'd
he
find
disappeared
out
so fast.
if he was dead. I feel like we would find out he was dead. I think.
I mean, who would be there to tell us?
he might just have like be like very depressive and shit, and just I don't know, give up on shit. Because
Didn't he make a
Fuck,
video?
man.
He's talking about like letting the younger kids take up the torch or whatever, and then like he deleted his channel a couple months later.
well, he couldn't find success in Go because they nerfed his B hops, and all he could do was stupid pixel surfing. But I mean, Still.
Source B hopping was
it doesn't make sense why he would
and
delete
broken.
his channel.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like he had millions of views on that video.
yeah. Thank God people saved it.
Everyone who's played Counter Strike has seen that video. It
Yeah.
feels like.
It's a
I
classic.
feel like even people who don't play Counter Strike that much still.
I mean,
have seen
that was
video.
actually one of the videos that got me into playing CS because I thought his movement and shit and how he played the game and how people were reacting and around that time.
Oh, I
believe,
downloaded.
like, that was like 2012 that I first saw it and I was like, wow, this shit.
Yeah, I
looks really fucking
downloaded
crazy.
Source right after. Like I saw that video, it was like, oh man, this guy's really good. I could probably do that. Yeah, sick joke.
He also picked some really fucking good music for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Except for like
Yeah.
the last song, I'd say, but or the second to last song, I mean.
The
Speaking
ain't
of
the
music,
player, it's the game or some shit.
Yeah, I don't like that one. I love the first one.
That was
Because
that was in Ocean's 11, I think.
Wasn't that the
Like I've never heard that song
flute with the
before.
rapping or the?
Yeah, it had
That's
the
the
flute in it.
Yeah. Oh, that
I-
was Bus Driver.
Yeah.
No, Bus Driver was the last song, right?
No, but
Yeah, yeah.
Bus Driver was the last song. The
first
song
I have
is
it
like
on my
a flute with
Spotify
rapping.
playlist. Yeah, I have it on my Spotify playlist. Let me find it. It's Spanish.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, no,
idea.
that's-
Are you
That,
sure?
I'm not thinking of the same one.
It's by La Caution. It's I don't know. The song was just I've never heard it. It was so fucking unique, and it like made an imprint in my head of the video. And then
Yeah.
Bus Driver is also really good.
Music choice was a big part of like I think that video getting
Oh
popular.
yeah. It was Ocean's 12. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah, I've
Ocean's
never
12.
seen one of those.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the same song because the original song actually had like vocals and shit on it. But
Yeah, I know.
the
The
Ocean's
original's
12
not
one-
as good as the remix.
Yeah, no, it's actually fucking dull, and I was like, wow, this is disgusting. I'm gonna go back to the part where they actually are good. It was a scene where he was like doing backflips around lasers and shit and trying to get like the item or whatever. But we really need to close this out because it's been like an hour and a half, and I'm gonna have to edit all of this shit.
You know,
Hey,
go
it's
through an hour and a
good
half.
podcast.
Good.
Yeah.
We talked this time. I mean, I
Yeah.
talked.
Did you talk?
I mean, I feel like
This
Ian-
I think this is the most I've heard Grok talk in like a week.
Grok. One final question. Wait, actually, Apple, say goodbyes to Swish, I guess.
Bye, Swish.
Swish, thanks
Yeah.
for showing up here and talking and shit.
Swish, we want to thank you
Yeah.
for coming on to the podcast, and thank you for giving us your time, your opinions, your thoughts on different topics, and we thank you for your time in the sub-circuit, being part of a team, and being what I would consider a pillar of our community.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed my time sharing my thoughts on your various questions. And I'd love to see what other people do in their allotted time on GrockRockRadio.
All right, thank you.
Good name.
With that, we'll go on to our closing statements from Snow Hobo.
Well, personally, I think this is a much better format than what you guys were working with in the past. A lot more conversations went forward, I guess, in this instead of like kind of a one-sided conversation. And we heard a lot more from Grok. Talk more about memes, I guess. And again, Swish, thank you for coming out.
Capitiano.
And that's
Grok, talk to me about this dog picture eating spaghetti.
Okay, so it's a dog eating spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
And dogs don't eat spaghetti.
Dude, no way.
Thank you for coming on to our podcast. We will see you next time.